spouse. I've seen it in real time. Like that this is a very serious topic. Like that I'm not just casually talking. Like couples really do, they will literally intentionally try to shut their spouse down. Like if one person say a person shine or they killed it or done a great job, like that spouse will intentionally try to bring you down because it's like to pop the air out your balloon, to humble you, to remind you of who you are. I've seen it. Like that happens in relationships.
That is disturbing. Frightening. To run away from that person. Nah, seriously. I mean, because like I said, I mean, the way you be preaching, I tell you afterwards, babe, you preach. I'm getting a word. I see the people in the audience getting what they need, but I'm getting it. And I'm like, wow, that's my wife up there preaching like that. And you shouldn't pray for them. That's sad.
I'm praying. Well, you do. Before I sum it up, though, you've been on the altar lately, like. You know, I'm praying and laying hands, holding my stomach and my back. I'm like, get it back. You up here working this altar. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Sophia.
Tommy Wilson Jr.
And this is the We Said SumThing podcast,
where we sum everything up.
I love you. Talking about me.
Jeez.
I love me some me. That's what I was saying. Mm-hmm. Hello there.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Okay. Wonderful. You look very studious, very upper echelon.
Bobcats. Broadway Baptist.
Please, let's not get Bloom Township, Blazing Trojans.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Let's get to the topic, babe.
The topic is definitely this: marriage plus ministry. Mm-hmm. We did one kind of like this, but we're just going to elaborate a little more in the conversation. Mm-hmm. How we balance covenant and the calling. Because this morning you said something. You said, I'm just so happy to be married to Ambassador. Like that. Can you say it again on the podcast? Mm-mm. Please, man, I want to hear it. It just sounded so sweet.
Babe, stop.
Say it.
You trying to call me out?
Oh.
Nah, I mean, I'm glad to be married to the ambassador, the prophetess, the verified artist, who has a degree on the wall.
And do.
Right.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
Right.
I am so honored to be married to my pastor. You know, I had no idea that when we started dating, that you was pastoral.
I didn't either.
I like you being my pastor, though. That has been very important. You know, number one, the very first thing that needs to be acknowledged with balancing marriage and ministry is the fact that I am a woman who leads, right? I am the ambassador to people all over the world. But the greatest feeling is to have all of this ability to lead, but to submit and to come under and to be led.
Wow, it's a mouthful. That's a lot.
Yeah. To trust you to lead me and to help me make the right decisions and not whoever I am on that platform. When I come home and when we're done, and even when the moment is going, like that level of submission is powerful. So that has been key in our foundation.
That's true. Very true. I mean, it has to be. It has to be. It's not a one-sided street. It's both of us. You know,
yeah.
You help me, I help you. Vice versa. That's the way it should be. That's for a healthy relationship. No matter, you're a leader. You do a lot. You have a lot of hats. But I also can
clearly. But go ahead.
No pun intended. Jeez. but clearly, you have a lot going on, but I also can lend a helping hand. I can, this is what I see, or this is what I feel, but it has to go hand in hand. I mean, that's the way it should be. That's why, we are where we are right now.
Yeah.
Even though you had all this going before me, you had a lot going on, but I just came in and just had some input.
Amplified it.
Yeah, it just made it now to where it's multiplied.
Yeah.
And no pun intended, but the program multiplied. So it's just, I didn't come in and just add.
Yeah.
I helped multiply things. So, and that's the way a good partnership marriage should be,
And I think we do a good job. And I think it's very important that in ministry, that it's not about one person shining. It's not about a shine, period. Unless you both, it's about you both representing the kingdom of God and allowing God to be glorified through you both. But I think that even when it comes to like supporting each other, like we one another's biggest fans. Now, when it comes to fashion and stuff, you are my biggest hater, right? But
wow.
Yeah, man, you like
shots fired.
No, I'm playing. But no, we really support each other. Be like, you can do it. We be excited about one another's success. Like I think about when you wrote your book, it was very important. Like we were on the road and traveling and all of this, but it was like, because this was your first book and I wanted to like really be a part of helping making it a moment, it was like, we need to do a book signing. And I wanted to bless you with a book signing and say, let's get this together in your hometown, and put people in place and put that moment. That was your moment. And my thing was, I enjoyed being the wife behind the scene, watching you go forth. Like, that gave me so much satisfaction. And we were exhausted. Nobody even know the logistical warfare we dealt with leading up to it. But it was all about, when you are married, you should be each other's biggest fans and support and looking to make things happen for one another. So, like, yeah.
Right. I mean, that's the way, I keep saying the way it should be, but
yeah,
a lot of marriages not like that. That one person wants to be out in front. And I mean, you can be out in front. It don't matter to me, but as long as I'm helping serve, that's what it's all about. But it's just too much competition in marriages. And you said it earlier, one person wants to shine, but if you shine and I shine, then we shine together.
Shine together.
That's the way life should be, Yeah. And I'm a type person, I love to serve, but at the same time, if we're going up, we're going to go up together.
Yeah.
And that's what it should be, but it's not.
It's not like that always. And I remember people was giving me this anxiety, like, about marriage just over the years. Was always like, you need somebody to just be quiet, be your security, don't talk, and just, you don't want nobody that would try to get a spotlight and do this and do that. And that always bothered me. Like, I don't have a problem with you being quiet, serving, being in the back, but I also felt like the way in which it was delivered to me was like, you be the one up front. Don't let nobody come in. No, we complement each other. And so that's why I'm very intentional about making sure that I show the complementary side of what ministry is like as husband and wife. And shout out to you at the Better Conference. Like, this is how it's so important to be on the same page with covenant and calling, because that night the Lord administered to you somehow. But that morning, the Lord showed me, like, I was like, man, I just feel like Tommy has this certain anointing and this gift that's needed for this platform and this opportunity. And I was like, babe, I'm gonna need you to help. And it was when I think of the goodness of Jesus and all that he's done for me, and you came up on stage and you helped like push that anointing.
Right.
That's what it's about.
It is.
Yeah.
But like I said, people want to be out front all the time, and like you say, have someone in the back. but you don't realize that person in the back can be that catalyst for that next.
Exactly.
To help push you to that next. Or
Yeah.
like even for instance, when I spoke at the mentorship program that time, and I came in and I've said what I said about introverts. I had a long talk about that, not realizing that many introverts was in there. So that helped out a lot of people that day.
That was huge.
It was I was touched that day. It blessed me, and I'm still coming out, trying to talk to get my point across, and it's helping me, but also I'm helping others who's dealing with the same issues and who are introverts, and they're being muzzled, locked up, and just don't want to say something. But as they see me coming forth, then that's a blessing. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. I want to talk about this because we do have we have like a really good relationship. Like, honestly, like we get along, and sometimes when people watching and they see us, it do look like, man, they just always happy, and like, is this really their reality? It really is, like it really is. But I want to bring them to a moment where I feel like that was key in us, like understanding the call and how to navigate through a dark place or a moment. But this go like when we first got married, a few like months into our marriage, we were on the road, and I'll never forget because we was preaching in Tennessee, and at this particular time, like we had got into like a little argument the night before. And so at that time, we was still getting to know, like, how do we want to handle arguments? Like, are we going to shut down? How are we going to do it? And, like, we both shut down. And so we shut down and ended up going to sleep. We still said goodnight or whatever, but we still was petty with each other, right? And I remember I had to preach the next morning. So you still was trying to understand how to handle me with my morning routine, because you said that you respectful of my time with the Lord. You didn't want to interfere. And so go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I mean, because you put all that aside. But when I don't know when God is going to speak to you. I mean, it could be at a random time, but especially on Sunday, whenever you're speaking, period, I let you have your time, your devotion, your music, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to interrupt with that. That's just protocol. And some people just don't understand that. They don't think that's a thing. Oh, you can just talk to, no, you can't just be that common with the person when they getting ready to preach.
But right. And so you having that understanding and that maturity at that time, like we're still getting to know each other like in that way. Right. And so I'm mad though, because like you done already went on and you're respecting the moment, right? But I'm still petty towards like, okay, he ain't really saying nothing. Now I'm getting even more mad, And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, and I got to preach in a minute and I can't break through and I got to preach. And so I remember we were in the hallway at the church waiting, and you just looked at me and I looked at you, and you came and gave me a hug, and we just hugged, and I was like, man, I'm sorry. It's like, I'm sorry too. We don't even know, like, and whatever that was, it like broke, like immediately. And I saw, like, and we was able to talk about it and was like, no, we'll never have these moments where we don't, before assignments. And we started to recognize the warfare. Like, it was a time you had to speak and not knowing you were going to be used in that service or whatever. No. Yeah, we didn't know you was going to be used in that service. And like the enemy just tried to come in, and I wanted to have like an attitude. I didn't even know where it came from. Right? And we realized like the next, you got called up, you had to speak. And we talked about like, yeah, we got to pay attention to like mood alterations and personality and just these moods that come to try to hinder the assignment. And so once we've mastered that and have an understanding, man, we have just been able to navigate through dark spots very well.
Right. It's like a basketball term, being in the zone. You have to, you can't allow, and we talked about, the negativity. You can't allow that to get in, because when you do that, then you mess up the game. You mess up how you gonna move, what you gonna, and then you worry about how you gonna say it and all this. It's not just as long as it gets out there.
Yeah.
Because someone needs to hear what you got to say. And when you don't say what you need to say, then you miss an opportunity that you don't know. And that's bad. Because someone gonna go home without getting what they needed.
That's good. I think, and I think couples, you know, that's listening to our podcast, that, you know, whatever it is, assignments, ministry, entrepreneurship, marketplace, have to have an understanding that at the end of the day, your spouse wants you to win. And if they don't, like, that's a conversation. Like, I don't think you can walk on eggshells and suppress that, because I've seen things blow up in just me watching female preachers and just knowing certain things. I've seen where people can be competitive with their spouse and enter into zones of competition. And I think that if you ignore that and you don't address that, it will become a bigger problem. And you'll start thinking like you're in competition with the very person who should be supporting you. And so it's important.
Yeah, that's not good. I'm just just listening to you say that. I'm just, in my mind, is like, how can that be? Why would you even try to be in competition with your spouse?
Yeah,
or
people do
it's
all
just,
the time.
For instance, like when you spoke at the Better conference a year ago, and we just came back from that a year later.
Shout out to Pastor Mika.
Yes, man, awesome.
Pastor Rush, we appreciate y'all. Russ.
Just to that sound clip, you going better, booked and busy.
Yeah.
How many people use that so many times? Mimed it, preached it, all that. Had that not been, look how many people would have missed out.
Yeah.
And I'm on the outside. I'm there in the service, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And then to hear it come up on my For You page, I'm like, and I'm trying to respond to everyone who used it.
That's
and
so
they
dope.
say, man, excuse me, this is, wow, I can't believe that's your wife, blah, blah, blah. It helped me. That's what it's all about. Oh, versus me trying to get up there and put up another clip to outdo you. Why I'm trying to outdo you?
But that's what it's about, though. Complimenting each other, though. I enjoy supporting you. You know, I be so proud of you. Like when you was doing your live, you know, making sure like they were asking you, talking about, can you share it right now? Do this. I'm in the comment. He'll do it when the end. Like, don't throw my baby out. Like don't like. But just being there, making sure that like while you up here, you on this interview, I'm down there. I'm commenting and I'm engaged because I want to, support you. When you done, the first thing is, babe, oh my God, like you killed it. And I think that is so important because you look for your spouse as to affirm you.
Right. You need it. I mean, that's what helps you to keep going. That's what allowed me to keep going, because wasn't for that, then I wouldn't be doing videos every single day. I mean, leave that. Let somebody else do it. Get somebody else to do it, because it's just, it wasn't in me. But I saw you do it, and I realized that it's helpful. Yeah. It's helping me do it for one, because it builds my self-esteem up. But it's also when you see the comments and somebody else that's saying, man, I needed to hear that day. That's amazing. That warms
but
my heart.
when you doing your videos though, and you learning new moves on how to do angles, and I be like, babe, help me with an angle. You be like, nope.
You know why?
Why? Tell me why.
You really want to know why?
I really want to know why.
Because I'm out there just, I'm willy-nilly it.
willy-nilly?
I'm just doing
but
something.
But you're so creative though, babe.
Yeah, I mean, I am.
You know what helped me with that?
I'm going to tell you.
Tell me.
Legos.
Really?
Really.
Wow.
Yep. Because I'm good with my hands, but you also got to be creative. Mm-hmm. You know, when you can make whatever box, whatever is in the box, but also when you have enough, you can just free fall. Just do what you want. Make what you want. So I'm just out there trying to do new things, make it more. Yeah, just like I'm a video content creator.
You are, babe. Listen, I do realize, like, you guys, you hear me affirm him a lot. He really, like, I don't know, that's my love language towards him. Like, I know he loves words of affirmation. But no, seriously, I'm not trying to affirm you right now, but I do want to say thank you, like, publicly. Like, you do a phenomenal job with helping making balancing ministry and marriage very easy. Like, it's so fun to be full-time with you. And, like, be on the road. Number one, you're on the road with your spouse, but you also like your best friend. You're like, I'm not shouting Donald out again, but
Donald, my best friend.
yeah,
Sophia Ruffin Wilson, my best friend also.
Yeah, so no, but it's so fun that it helps. And like some people say they don't know how people work together, do ministry together and all of that, but it has been a blessing to be able to like do it all with you and to be trusted and to feel your presence in that. So yeah, and your support.
Gotcha.
Like, I get a lot of compliments and stuff, comments and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I used to enjoy comments like, man, look what they said. Like, yo, that's cold. That's crazy. But it's really like, it's you when you say something, when you see me, when you affirm me. Like, it don't matter what nobody else, I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. So I think it's very helpful to make sure that couples are very intentional about pouring into each other and supporting each other.
Right. No, it's dope. It really is. I mean, it's like I say, the ATM machine, you got to, you just can't keep taking out, you got to fill that joker back up. Unless when people try to come get money, where they going to get it from?
Ain't nothing no.
Say, find me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go to another one. But now I have to, feed you. And I should uplift you. I mean, I shouldn't just walk away and not say nothing.
Couples be doing that to each other.
That's sad.
And it's I've seen it in real time. Like, that this is a very serious topic. Like, that I'm not just casually talking. Like, couples really do, they will literally intentionally try to shut their spouse down. Like, if one person say a person shine or they killed it or done a great job, like, that spouse will intentionally try to bring you down, because it's like to pop the air out your balloon, to humble you, to remind you of who you are. I've seen it. Like, that happens in relationships.
That is disturbing. Frightening. You need to run away from that person. Nah, seriously. I mean, because like I said, the way you be preaching, I tell you afterwards, babe, you preach. I'm getting a word. I see the people in the audience getting what they need, but I'm getting it. And I'm like, wow, that's my wife up there preaching like that. And you shouldn't pray for them. That's sad.
I'm praying. Well, you do. Before I sum it up, though, you've been on the altar lately. Like, I'm praying and laying hands, holding my stomach and my back. I'm like, get it back. You up here working this altar. You up here working the altar, helping. So, we just want to encourage you all to make sure that you support your spouse. You encourage your spouse that you be their first, they biggest fan. Like, absolutely. Hype them up.
Applaud them, pat them on the back. You say nice things, hug them, whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Uplift your partner. It's needed. Don't allow someone else to do it more than you.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Listen.
In the words of my little Cairo, oh, no.
Right.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Because ain't no way. I tell you all the time, no other woman will outbeat me in complimenting you. Like, by the time somebody say something to you, you done heard it before.
I heard 1,000,000 times.
Nah.
Okay, 100,000 times then.
Well, so.
We'll see y'all next week. Lord have mercy.
When I don't do it, you looking around for it. You gotta go. You'll go change your outfit.
You're going too far. Cut.
We said something.
Jesus.
Peace.